The rain fell relentlessly on the small town of Ravenswood, creating an eerie atmosphere as Gibson, a local librarian, hurriedly made his way through the deserted streets. The lampposts cast long, distorted shadows, and the air seemed thick with anticipation. Gibson couldn't shake off the feeling that something was amiss, but he attributed it to his overactive imagination. As he reached the library, a building with a history shrouded in mystery, he noticed the dim glow of a flickering light emanating from within. Pushing open the creaky door, Gibson entered cautiously, his steps echoing through the empty shelves. The scent of old books mixed with an underlying sense of foreboding. The library was known for its extensive collection of rare manuscripts and peculiar artifacts, each with its own unsettling tale. Gibson's curiosity had led him to explore the hidden corners of the building, uncovering secrets that others preferred to ignore. Tonight, however, was different. As Gibson ventured deeper into the labyrinth of shelves, he stumbled upon a peculiar book bound in worn leather. Its title, Whispers of the Shadows, caught his attention. Intrigued, he opened the ancient tome, revealing cryptic symbols and passages that seemed to defy understanding. Unbeknownst to him, the words he read awakened an ancient force that had long slumbered within the confines of Ravenswood. Unsettled, Gibson closed the book and turned to leave, only to find that the library had transformed. The shelves seemed to stretch endlessly, and the flickering light now cast sinister shapes on the walls. Panicking, he retraced his steps, but the once familiar path became a disorienting maze. As Gibson struggled to find his way out, whispers echoed through the labyrinth, chilling him to the bone. The shadows danced menacingly, and he felt a presence closing in. Every corner turned revealed more cryptic symbols etched into the library structure. In his attempt to escape, Gibson stumbled upon a forgotten chamber, hidden behind a bookshelf that shifted like a living entity. The room contained an ancient mirror framed in tarnished silver. In its reflection, Gibson saw not his own face, but a distorted version, a glimpse into a malevolent dimension. The whispers grew louder, guiding Gibson to a realization. The only way to break free was to confront the ancient force that had been unleashed. Armed with newfound determination, he delved into the forbidden knowledge within Whispers of the Shadows and discovered a ritual to banish the malevolence. With each step of the ritual, the library resisted, its very essence resisting the intrusion. As Gibson recited the incantations, the air crackled with energy, and the shadows converged into a sinister figure. It was a manifestation of the ancient force, a spectral entity that hungered for the fear it instilled. Undeterred, Gibson pressed on, his words resonating with ancient power. The room trembled as the malevolence fought against its vanishment. In a climactic moment, the spectral figure dissipated, leaving the library in silence. Exhausted but victorious, Gibson emerged from the hidden chamber to find the library returned to its normal state. The rain outside had ceased, and Ravenswood appeared untouched by the supernatural events that had unfolded within its heart. As Gibson caught his breath, he realized that the town had been spared from a darkness that could have consumed it. Little did he know that the ancient force, defeated but not destroyed, lingered in the shadows, biding its time for another chance to spread its malevolence. The echoes of the whispers remained, a haunting reminder of the night Gibson faced the unknown. In the days that followed, Gibson couldn't shake the lingering sense of unease that clung to Ravenswood. The townsfolk went about their lives, unaware of the supernatural battle that had unfolded beneath the surface. As the librarian, Gibson continued his routine, but the shadows seemed to cast longer, and every whisper felt like a distant echo of the malevolence he had faced. Late one night, as Gibson was locking up the library, he noticed the tarnished silver mirror from the hidden chamber reflecting the dim light. It was a constant reminder of the thin veil that separated their world from the unknown. Deep within, he understood that the ancient force had not been fully vanquished. Driven by an unrelenting curiosity, Gibson delved into research, seeking ways to permanently seal the malevolence that lingered in the shadows. The cryptic passages and whispers of the shadows hinted at a forgotten ritual, one that required sacrifices and a profound understanding of the darkness that resided within the town. As he delved deeper into the forbidden knowledge, Gibson became aware that the ancient force was growing stronger, feeding off the fear and uncertainty that permeated Ravenswood. He realized that he couldn't face the malevolence alone. The town needed to be united against the impending threat. Gibson began discreetly sharing his discoveries with a select few, individuals he deemed trustworthy enough to understand the gravity of the situation. Together, they formed an unlikely alliance, a secret society dedicated to preserving the town from the encroaching darkness. The final confrontation loomed, and the society gathered in the heart of Ravenswood, where the malevolence was most potent. Armed with the knowledge passed down through generations, they enacted the forgotten ritual, channeling their collective will to banish the ancient force once and for all. As the incantations echoed through the night, the shadows writhed and contorted. The malevolence fought fiercely, resisting its expulsion. The air crackled with energy, and the town seemed to hold its breath. In a blinding burst of light, the ancient force was expelled, vanishing into the depths from which it had emerged. The Alliance stood victorious, but the price had been high. Ravenswood was forever changed by the battle against the malevolence. The once secret society, bound by a shared understanding of the town's haunted history, continued to keep vigil, knowing that the shadows might stir again. The years passed, and Ravenswood regained a semblance of normalcy. The secret society, though diminished in numbers, remained vigilant, ensuring that the knowledge of the ancient force was preserved for future generations. Gibson, burdened by the weight of his experiences, continued to protect the town as its silent guardian. However, the whispers of the shadows never fully subsided. They lingered in the background, a reminder of the thin veil that separated the mundane from the supernatural. Gibson, despite his efforts to lead a normal life, found himself drawn to the hidden corners of the library, where ancient tomes held the key to the town's uneasy peace. One fateful night, as the rain once again beat against the windows of the library, Gibson uncovered a new revelation within the forbidden knowledge, a prophecy, foretelling of a chosen one who would rise when the shadows threatened to engulf Ravenswood once more. The chosen one, guided by the spirits of the past, would possess the strength to confront the malevolence that lingered in the town's history. As the prophecy unfolded, Gibson felt a sense of both relief and trepidation. The burden that had weighed on his shoulders for so long could now be passed on to a new generation. With a heavy heart, he began to train an apprentice, a young and unsuspecting individual who showed signs of a unique sensitivity to the supernatural. Together, Gibson and the apprentice delved into the mysteries of Ravenswood, uncovering forgotten artifacts and mastering ancient rituals. The whispers of the shadows intensified, signaling the impending return of the malevolence they had once banished. The appointed night arrived, and the secret society gathered once more. The apprentice, now prepared to face the shadows, stood at the center of the ritual. The air crackled with tension as the incantations echoed through the town, and the shadows responded, converging into a sinister force that threatened to engulf everything. In a climactic confrontation, the apprentice confronted the malevolence, channeling the knowledge passed down by Gibson and the spirits of Ravenswood. The battle between light and darkness raged on, but this time, the chosen one prevailed. With a burst of blinding light, the malevolence was banished once more, leaving Ravenswood in a fragile peace. As the rain ceased and dawn broke, Gibson, now aged and weary, watched from the shadows. The apprentice, having fulfilled their destiny, emerged as the new guardian of Ravenswood. Gibson, with a sense of closure, passed on the mantle, knowing that the town was in capable hands. The night was enveloped in an eerie silence as Daniel walked down the dimly lit alley. The flickering streetlights cast long shadows that danced on the cold pavement, creating an unsettling atmosphere. Daniel, a reserved man in his early 30s, couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. He quickened his pace, the rhythmic tapping of his shoes echoing through the desolate alley. As he turned the corner, a faint whisper brushed against his ears, sending shivers down his spine. "Daniel," it murmured, a voice from the shadows. He halted, scanning the darkness for any signs of movement. The alley seemed deserted, but the feeling of unease lingered. Ignoring the unsettling encounter, Daniel continued on his way home. Little did he know that this encounter was the beginning of a nightmarish journey into the depths of his past. The following day, Daniel received a mysterious package at his doorstep. Inside, a collection of old photographs stirred memories he had long buried. The images depicted a childhood he had tried to forget, and faces that haunted his dreams. Determined to unravel the mystery, Daniel embarked on a quest to uncover the truth behind the shadows of his past. As he delved deeper, he discovered a series of cryptic messages leading him to places he once knew so well. Each step unraveled a dark secret, revealing a connection between his past and a series of unsolved crimes. Someone, or something, was pulling the strings, orchestrating a twisted game that Daniel was now a part of. Haunted by the ghosts of his past, Daniel couldn't escape the feeling that his every move was being monitored. The line between reality and nightmare blurred as he found himself entangled in a web of deception and betrayal. With each revelation, the stakes grew higher, and Daniel realized that his quest for the truth might cost him more than he was willing to pay. As Daniel followed the trail of clues, he found himself drawn to an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. The decaying structure loomed like a specter from his memories, and the air inside carried the weight of secrets long forgotten. Hesitant but determined, he entered, the creaking door echoing through the desolate halls. The mansion revealed a series of hidden chambers, each holding a piece of the puzzle. Photographs, newspaper clippings, and ominous symbols adorned the walls, weaving a narrative of darkness that surrounded Daniel's past. The whispers that had haunted him in the alley grew louder, urging him to confront the sins buried deep within. As Daniel descended into the heart of the mansion, he discovered a hidden room that held the key to the mystery. A dusty journal revealed the truth behind a long-buried crime, implicating those he once trusted. Betrayal and vengeance intertwined as Daniel realized that the sinister game he was a part of was orchestrated by those closest to him. The revelation sent shockwaves through his soul, and the shadows that haunted him took physical form. Faces from the past emerged, their eyes filled with malice. The twisted game reached its climax as Daniel confronted the ghosts that had haunted him for so long. Now standing at the crossroads of redemption and damnation, Daniel had to make a choice. In the dimly lit room of the mansion, Daniel confronted the malevolent figures from his past. Their accusatory stares bore into his soul, demanding retribution for the sins that had long festered beneath the surface. The air thickened with tension as the shadows whispered secrets that could shatter the fragile facade of his existence. A cold realization gripped Daniel. The key to redemption lay not in succumbing to the darkness, but in facing the truth head-on. With newfound resolve, he began to unravel the twisted threads of betrayal and vengeance that had bound him for so long. As he exposed the hidden motives and dark secrets, the malevolent figures lost their grip, dissipating into the shadows. The weight that had burdened Daniel's conscience began to lift, replaced by a sense of catharsis. However, the sinister game was far from over. The orchestrator of Daniel's torment revealed themselves, emerging from the depths of the mansion. It was someone he had trusted implicitly, a friend turned nemesis driven by a twisted sense of justice. The final confrontation unfolded, a battle of wills and a reckoning for the sins committed. In the climax, Daniel faced the choice of succumbing to the cycle of vengeance or breaking free from its clutches. The shadows closed in, mirroring the internal struggle within his tormented soul. In a moment of clarity, Daniel chose forgiveness over retribution, breaking the cycle that had plagued him. As the truth emerged, the malevolent force that had orchestrated the sinister game crumbled, consumed by the darkness it had spawned. The mansion, once a symbol of nightmares, began to decay, its walls echoing with the echoes of a past that could no longer bind Daniel. With the ordeal behind him, Daniel emerged from the dilapidated mansion, bathed in the feeble light of dawn. The shadows that had clung to him dissipated, and the weight that had burdened his soul lifted. The town, once steeped in the secrets of his past, awakened to a new day, oblivious to the darkness that had lurked beneath the surface. As Daniel stepped into the light, he realized that redemption came not through erasing the past, but by confronting it. The sinister game had tested his resilience, and he emerged not as a victim, but as a survivor. The scars remained, but they were a testament to his strength. The mysterious whispers and haunting shadows were replaced by the sounds of a town awakening to a new chapter. Daniel, forever changed by the nightmarish journey, walked away with a newfound understanding. The past could be a haunting specter, but it was within his power to shape the present and the future.